if you're with us, we're a partner, we're watching other things. We have clients who will say to us, I can relax because I know you have my back.
All right, I'm here at the PCG booth. There's traffic moving everywhere right now. And I'm with some, just really great friends, really great people, and really great partners in the automotive industry. We have my buddy Glenn.
How are you?
Denise, known as Nance.
That's
well,
right.
It's an inside joke. We'll tell you later.
Yes.
So this is not your first NADA show.
No.
No,
Not
at
by
all.
a long way,
No.
right?
Number 45? No.
Yeah.
It feels like 45. I
Feels
don't
like
know.
45 just between yesterday and
Right,
today. And so I already know how this is going to go. I can see. Tell me, what energy are you feeling that might be a little different than previous shows? What are dealers saying? What are you feeling? Like, what's the vibe?
Go ahead.
You want me to go? Okay. What I've been hearing from most of the vendors are dealers are very prepared this time. Very few people are coming, even for our booth, coming and going, well, what do you do?
Right.
They're coming, I have a purpose. So I was speaking with the team at Cars.com, Cox, Dealery Process. They're saying people are coming and saying, I need X, or I want this, explain this. So it seems that dealers took this last year and a half to study, research, and maybe a lot of them didn't change a lot of strategies over the last 18 months because they were making money.
Yep.
They're coming here now realizing what's coming down the future.
Right.
We have to be prepared, and they're coming with purpose.
So there's
more
an
than
informed
shopping.
and focused
Yes.
initiative.
Yes.
And people are coming and asking direct
Yes.
questions.
Yeah.
What do you
Exactly.
I would say, definitely the same thing. I've talked to a lot of dealers here that were saying we wanted to come and have productive conversations, not aimlessly walk the floors, not randomly go to sessions that don't make sense
Everybody's
for
got
us.
enough squishy balls and chapstick, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I was talking to two people yesterday from a lovely dealer group that were like, this has been a productive conversation for us. And we're, looking forward to talking more and moving forward. But just like Glenn said, everybody came very prepared this year.
So what do you think are some of the biggest challenges that you're hearing? Everyone's prepared. They're asking questions. What do you do? What are the things that are really resonating for dealers in the marketing space? What are you seeing the big needs are?
I think a lot of the marketing messages have shifted drastically the past 2 years, starting with the pandemic, a lot of their teams going remote, understanding what the process was to buy a car, and now inventory, that I feel like a lot of dealers that I've talked to have kind of lost their way in terms of digital marketing and what their marketing is doing for
What do you
them.
mean by that when you say lost their way?
So meaning that, they didn't shift their marketing messages to keep up with what was going on in the environment. I've talked to dealers that said, we spent all last year promoting new inventory. We had no new inventory. Why were we doing that? I think that they're now realizing, okay, we needed to shift. We should shift. And even budgets needed to change as well. And a lot of people stayed the course of what they had always spent when maybe they should have lessened.
Yep.
Or maybe they should have hired in certain aspects, so hired their fixed ops marketing budget, hired, that they're hiring budgets for their advertising, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Glenn? What are you hearing as far as what people are focusing on, paying attention to? I'll just keep...
I think that what dealers are focusing on is trying to find something that is more attuned to themselves. I think
Like more customized is what you're saying? Like, what do you mean by
customized
that?
and personalized, meaning that I think a lot of them are realizing, and I think there is a perception that digital marketing is becoming traditional, meaning that it's not commoditized, but it's been around long enough to just be accepted as
That's what we do now.
We have to
Right.
market this way. So they're always looking for something different, but a lot of the smarter, more progressive dealers are realizing our edge is who we are, not our website.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not our tool. It's
Pricing.
it's not pricing. And it is
Really?
now we're addressing all of who we are, how we're going to do business. That why buy is really becoming not just a, hey, we have a great price. It's here's what we do. And they're continuing to embrace some of the marketing messages that got them here, meaning
Right.
I'm going direct to consumer to get your inventory.
Right.
I'm going to do this type of for staffing. And they're saying, well, we're not going to stop just because we have new inventory coming in.
Right.
So I think everyone's starting to realize that and again, it goes back to what we started with, a sense of purpose of who here can help me versus, well, I hope this works. They're
Right.
coming strategically to find somebody that's going to help them with their message and be a support. And then lastly, the other thing that I've heard from people sitting on our couches here and others They want somebody who's going to be there for them in terms of support.
Right.
We had dealers who literally said, all I want is somebody to answer the phone.
Yep.
I just want somebody to be there and support me, because you could have the best promise of a website, a marketing campaign, whatever, but if I can't get you on the phone, if you're not going to help me understand this, who cares anymore?
That's such a big part, right? There are a lot of shiny objects here, and everything presents well at the booth.
Right.
Sure.
But we all know the only thing that really matters to execution is the communication and the responsiveness of the team. So, Denise, how is your team structured to be that way? Like, I know you're very personable, right? Your team, I know so many on your team, and they're people.
Sure.
But how are you structured to be like responsive, like Glenn just said?
Yeah, so I think at the core of our culture at PCG is our customer service and our educational aspect. So for us, when we take on a client, we're not going in with the, hey, just give us everything and we'll run it for you. No, we want the dealer to be involved. We want them to be alongside of us, not only making decisions, but understanding what we're doing as well, so that they learn and they can also hold us accountable, because it's their results at the end of the day, right? We are extremely processed as an agency as well. So meaning everything is about the client and the customer service. So from the communication, the startup process, we have a whole new flow that, includes a ton of communication back and forth, so that it's a very seamless startup process for the client, because we realize a lot of dealers don't want to make the switch because the switch is hard from vendor to vendor.
The install, right?
Yes.
Of the new thing. It really is scary because things are moving so fast anyway.
Right.
Like, that's a really interesting point, because you're right. I think a lot of people are hesitant to change because change equals like just friction.
Right.
And slowing down.
Right. And we don't want them to miss a beat either. And that's what a lot of clients were extremely nervous about the past couple of years. Will there be a lag or whatnot? So we created a whole new startup process. And that's been, really beneficial to us as a company and our dealers as well.
So as we're moving through 2022, you're kind of like looking over the horizon, setting the tone for the company, trying to understand what's to come. What are your main focuses as an agency in 2022? Like, where are the things that you're saying, like, this is how we are going to help dealers better?
Well, for us, it's not just the marketing as an agency. And I think that's another reason why people work with us, is that because of all of our consultative aspects of working with dealer groups, even though we're not doing marketing, we're advising. So from a strategic standpoint, we do our AWA awards, so we understand all of the tech that's out there. So people will say to us, we're looking for a new CRM, what do you think? We're looking for this. Hey, have you heard about this product?
And you've already been in there.
We've
right?
already
So
been
you
in
already
there.
know.
We already know. And so we're looking at it more, even if someone's not quote unquote paying us to look at a piece, we are looking about that whole throughput of, if we're driving traffic, we could show you the analytics, but we want to say, and now what are you doing with it? Right. So we have a tendency to have conversations about their process. I'll go in and look at their CRM. What's happening here? Because that's really everything, because I think the successful dealers have to break down the silos. We as an agency can no longer just say, here's your results, not my problem.
Yep.
I think that's where I'm moving, and Denise is moving the company to say, if you're with us, we're a partner, we're watching other things. We have clients who will say to us, I can relax because I know you have my back. We'll call up and say, by the way, this form's not working on your website. That's not really what we're doing, but we're watching and we're inspecting because we feel that that's something we should be doing.
The fates are tied.
Exactly. They have to feel that it isn't just, I can drive results, because everyone in here can say that.
Right.
So at the end, in terms of the execution and the deliverability and that sense of being there for them, and I think a lot of them also love the fact that they have access to all of us. But that's where I think agencies have to move to. You can't be siloed anymore, and dealerships need, we're standing right outside the Techion booth here, and they're saying that their tool is, we're going to give you this end-to-end connection. And I think that's what we feel that we have to do. And I think dealers need that connection of all their vendors, where it's no longer a call with Denise, a call with Paul, a call over here. It has to be, I need everybody at the table. I'm the dealer. Here's my initiative. How are you all going to help me?
And
you
work
all
together.
Exactly. You have to play nice in the sandbox, or else you can't be on the team. If you're not going to work with Denise, right? If you're traditional, quote unquote, you're doing commercial, you're doing this, OTT, well, where are you sending them on the website? And what do you need from Denise to make your marketing campaign successful? That's what has to happen, and some of the dealers are moving. And that's what we are saying to people is we want to be at that table with them. We want to have those conversations with your other marketing partners. It's up to the dealer to help us, because we do get pushback thinking, well, they're just going to say your stuff doesn't work, so give us the money over in digital. And those days have to stop, or else the dealer loses.
Right.
And then everybody's just fighting to get their check every single month. And to your point earlier, the dealer doesn't succeed. And that's really what I see.
That's a grind that no one really wants to be on. Denise, you get the final word.
Oh boy.
Okay, you get to say, encourage dealers to focus on one thing this year, right? In the marketing world, from everything that you're seeing across your clients, across the experience, what are you saying? Like, we really think you should lean in on this year. What are you going to say?
Your customers. Focus on your customers and the messages that they want to see. If it's not an ad you would engage with, don't put it out there. Really think of your customers, the messages, and what they would want to know about working with you as a dealership.
Love that. Glenn, Denise, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. And look, we have a lot more fun to be had. There's a lot more show to be had, and let's go forward.
Have a good
Cool.
time. Thank you.